can hypnotize you. I can hypnotize you. I can hypnotize you.
You've arrived just in time for a very special opening. You're going to see some pieces right there in front of you. So I want you to get ready. I want you to go into this first room with this first piece. You might see it there in the middle of the room, or you might see it hanging on the wall, but just start to fill in. This first piece is going to represent the problem. And as you enter that room, this art piece is draped. So start to fill in those details. Notice how that art piece representing the problem wants to show up for you. So tell me, what do you notice as you walk into that room and see that draped art piece?
Well, it is like a big painting, and it has a sort of velvety cover over it. The velvet fabric is kind of a burgundy or wine color, but I can also see what the painting is.
Excellent. Well, go ahead and get ready to remove that velvet so you can see it even
Okay.
more clearly. 1, 2, 3. Take that drape off of that painting. Start to examine it. What do you notice about it?
So, painting looks like lots of broken round Christmas tree ornaments. So the typical Christmas ball in varying colors, and they're all laying on just the ground, not hung on anything, and either cracked or a few of them are intact, but the hanger is gone. A lot of them have been crunched into bits, like somebody stepped on them. I'm seeing lots of reds, blues, greens, some silver. And there's no tree. There's it feels abstract or unfinished. Like there's a white background, reddish gray background, kind of a similar shade, but a little differing for the floor. All kinds of these Christmas tree ornaments that are not usable as the problem.
Do you notice what media it's painted in?
It makes me think of what we would call like tempera paint. Yeah. Pretty bright colors or like vivid colors.
And about how big is it?
It's big. It's half to 2/3 of the length of the queen size bed I'm sitting on right now.
Quite big. And notice other people walking into this gallery. How do they react to this painting?
They react, some with a bit of confusion, some with a little curiosity, some with kind of a nonchalant, like not interested. They're disinterested and going to go into another room to see something that they think is fancier or more compelling, is what I get.
And take a look at that picture, that painting. Is it signed, or is there an artist's mark?
There is, in the lower right-hand corner, a black X with a black, so like where the cross, that makes the open spaces around the X, black dot in the bottom and the top. So like an X, 2 black dots, and then a little slash or line on the corresponding sides. Symbol for an artist, I suppose.
Wonderful. Anything else that you notice about this painting before you move on to the next gallery?
It feels undone. Yeah, it feels undone. There is a sense of something that could be added to complete it. And I know this is by design. I know the artist intended it that way, to be sparse, to feel like this. But it kind of feels like there's a little nagging discomfort that I have at not seeing the tree that these fell off of, or not seeing any details about the room or the location it's occurring in. And I know that that is representative of other things as well.
And even the
But
marker is an X.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Good job. All right. Well, let's thank this painting. Let's get ready to move on to the next gallery. So leave this painting behind for everyone to enjoy, to consider. And keep moving to the next gallery. When you walk into that room, again, you see another piece of draped artwork, and this is representing the real problem. Take a minute to study the real problem. Tell me, how is that showing up for you? What do you see?
It's a big like vessel that you would carry water in. It feels like it's clay or earthen, a brown earthen clay. It has a blue, kind of a blue velvet drape over it. It is large, sitting on a small stand in the center of a very sparse room again, and it's empty. And that seems to be representing the problem. There's a large container, a vessel, but it was empty. Or is it
Empty. Excellent. And go ahead, even though you already know what's under there, I want you to get ready and pull off that drape. 1, 2, 3, pull it off. What becomes more clear about this empty vessel?
that empty means full of opportunity. The emptiness means it can easily be filled. There is some like dust or kind of like a little bit of cobwebs inside the container, the vessel, that needs to be cleaned out before more is added to it. And it looks very much like what you would see people in places that doesn't have running water, like carrying on their shoulder, or so that's interesting too. It looks like an old style kind of a clay water vessel. Oh, it has some kind of like Middle East Israeli, kind of that region of the world, Egypt, that feeling associated with that. Yeah.
What would normally be in the vessel?
Water. I'm hearing water, or potentially wine, but both need to be representing the water of life, like a water of sacred waters of woman. Yeah, the sacred waters of woman in the holding the yin, or the womb magnet of the connection.
And if you can, if you can tell who crafted this vessel.
I can see, like, even though I can't pick it up, I can tell on the bottom the same X design with the 2 dots and the 2 slash lines carved into it, and then painted with a little tiny bit of black at the bottom, on the bottom side.
And this might sound funny, but reach out your energy to that vessel and it has a message for you. What does it tell you?
That I'm not required to share the sacred water of life that I am and that I carry, but that ultimately it rests on me to choose whether or not that goes into this vessel, which is the container of the connection.
And just notice, is there anything else that wants to come through from this vessel?
That this is very important for our second son to witness the amicable, respectful communication and engagement between the two of us as his parents. He needs to see that we can continue navigating in a more ideal way. We're getting along now, but I'm seeing the vessel says he's been affected by seeing times when we've not gotten along.
Okay, wonderful. I want to thank that vessel, send some appreciation, some gratitude
Yes.
to that vessel. Thanks for all the information. And now we can get ready to move on to that third gallery. So say goodbye to that drinking vessel. Walk into that third room. And again, there's a piece of draped artwork. And this is representing the solution to the real problem. Let's take a moment to study the solution to the real problem. It's there in front of you. And what do you notice?
It is a lovely portrait, a painting of the family, of my family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very important that I'm present in it and present in the environment.
Uh-huh.
It's already communicating to me that the solution is, and which is already what I've been doing, being fully present in this environment, because I had been not gone, but somewhat checked out emotionally. And even when I was physically present for a few years, I had a lot of my attention divided elsewhere or directed elsewhere. Yes, they know I was trying to start a business too, and that I am working. It's direct. Some of my energy and attention and focus was going in places when it needed to be here in this location and these surroundings.
I'd noticed the picture frame. What is it like?
It's a really lovely carved wood. I don't know if accurate. What I'm hearing is that it's oak wood, and it's very shiny and it beautiful etching and carving, and looks very vibrant. They've put something on it so it's shiny.
Yeah.
Nice actually.
I'm seeing you touching the picture frame. I want you to touch that picture frame. And that oak has some sort of message for you. What does that oak picture frame tell you or want you to know?
It says oak trees take a long time to grow to their full height, and as it's representing the family. So as does family is not complete. Kids are still growing. It's really important for me to continue my contracts in the way of being present with the children and within the greater family unit.
The word pet is coming back again. Do you see any pets in that picture?
Yes, I do see kitties curled up. It looks like a cat bed, like a cat bed on the floor near the couch that we're all sitting on. There's a cat perched on the back corner of the couch. So if I'm looking at the photo of the back left corner, there is a calico cat that is not present in my daughter's lap. So I'm seeing two of the cats that we have. One of the cats that we have, I can feel, but wouldn't come into the photo. That was probably my cat. She's contrary or into the painting. And then a fourth cat that we don't yet have.
Wonderful.
Oh, there's a little dog. There's a little dog. They're wanting a little dog. I didn't see that clearly. It's a little tiny. They want, what are they called? They're one of the ones that has long. I'll have to look it up later. They're really sweet little dogs. They've been wanting one, but we don't think the cats would. It's her head is like peeking out from between two of the boys. She's like kind of sitting behind them a bit and poking her head. Yorkie, a Yorkie.
Yorkie, yeah.
She has red
Cute.
bows on her ears. That's what it's called.
Listen, that dog has a message for you. What does she want you to know?
I'm coming 6 months time, completion of a cycle. She's representing completion of one cycle and like entering into a new one.
Nice. And you'll know her when you see her?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much to this picture. And
Yes.
before you leave this picture of your family, just notice, is there anything else that you're seeing in that picture or any other messages that want to come through?
My daughter painted it, so I can see where
Ah.
she signed her name in the lower right corner. I do think she painted it from a photo. So I'm seeing that she had a photo on a phone, or maybe that we'd printed out, and she painted the picture. She's probably a little bit older, but it's quite well done. And is there any other message? Okay, talking about a potential relocation or a potential move in the next 18 months. Likely this photo was not the picture and then painting in this house. It feels like it's future in a new house, in a different house.
And what does that house let you do?
It allows of new memories that are as stacked on top of the rough few years that everybody has experienced with tension here, but not just the tension that the family has experienced. While this particular house has been a blessing and we like the neighborhood we're in, there are some difficult, there's an energetic portal or vortex in the backyard that has been difficult to navigate, so that I had to move. And there's kind of a constant flow of energies related to prior tenants of this house when it was a rental.
Gotcha. Well, just notice how you're able to relax without that residual energy. Notice how much more comfortable it is. It
is more comfortable. That's what I was getting, is that it will feel more like a secure sanctuary for me, for the family, for my work, even for the energy work. Whereas like right now, I still do a high number of sessions at my dad's. I'll have not just an office space, but really good energy conducive to feeling like it's great to do my energy work sessions there.
I'm imagining a calendar in the background that has your 9 to 5 hours.
Yes. Yes, I would love that. All evenings, I would love to be able to reserve. I would love to know, maybe I'm supposed to start inching that way, only offering evening sessions a couple evenings a week. Now that you say that, maybe I'm going into 2025, maybe I'm supposed to not totally take evenings away, but adjust a little bit.
Yeah, give yourself that permission if that's what wants to come through.
3 nights a week, available 3 evenings a week, but cutting off at 5 or 6 on other times.
Perfect. Good job. Well, now that you have seen that gallery, you have experienced this opening, I want you to notice that you leave through the gift shop.
Okay.
So leave through that gift shop and notice that you can find a postcard of your painting, the solution to the real problem. Buy that postcard and notice you can just tuck that in your person. Have that available anytime you need to.